Hello, welcome to your Unit 4 Inequalities test. We're going to go over the beginning together and then also go over a few details or tips to help you show your best work. Make sure to read all directions and show your work on all problems. If you don't remember how to show your work, watch the video below for a reminder. Here's that video if you want to get a refresher. Then we have our rules about the test as usual. This is a summative test, meaning it's 70% of your grade. Please check to indicate that you agree to the following. I am aware that I am allowed to use my math notebook and a calculator on this test. I will not use other people, including my parents, to help with solving the math problems. I will not use other websites or outside resources to complete the test. I am aware that if I wish to retake this test, I need to email Mrs. Bauman once I receive my grade. Make sure you check all those off to acknowledge you agree to the rules. Okay, now a couple of things. Notice the very first question here has two parts to it. Graph the inequality by clicking Show Your Work below. Graph the inequality as modeled in the video at the beginning of this test. Oh, that's this video right here. You've come to the right place. And then list 3 possible solutions. So make sure you read carefully because a handful of these do have 2 parts to the question. And if you don't have both parts completed, you will not receive full credit. So let's talk about the first part, how we can graph this inequality. This is x is greater than -2. To graph it, we're going to click Show Your Work. The first option is to just graph it on a piece of paper, take a picture of it, and upload it here like you're used to showing your work. The other option is to use this number line here. To graph it, you are going to need a circle. So you go here to the shapes and hit circle, and then you'd put that on the number you want to graph it on. If you want it open or not filled in, this is perfect. But if you want to color it in, make sure you click your marker up here, click scribble, and you can scribble in the center. It doesn't have to be perfect. I will get the idea. For the arrow, again, use the scribble option, and then you can draw an arrow going whichever way you like. So that would be how you can graph it. If you ever need to erase anything, you can use the eraser right here and just click, and it should erase as well. Now the second part to that question was to list 3 possible solutions. So in the answer box, you need to write x is equal to maybe 5, 10, and -58, for instance. Maybe you're saying those are 3 possible solutions for x in this inequality. Obviously, this is just an example, not the right answer. But that's how you would do that. Make sure you have both parts. Another thing I want to mention is when you get to the second rubric, these problems you're going to be solving the inequality or isolating the x in addition to giving 3 possible solutions. Again, that's a 2-parter, so really read your directions carefully. Now, something cool about GoFormative is we have this keyboard of math tools or math symbols over here. So you might say x, and you want to say maybe greater than or equal to because that's the symbol there. So you could use the greater than or equal to symbol. We don't have to spell it out like we did on Schoology. So x is greater than or equal to, you could say 58, for instance, and then you would give 3 possible solutions. X equals maybe 5, 10, and -13. That would be a great example of an answer. You've included the solved inequality and 3 possible solutions that would work in your solved inequality or the original inequality. One last thing I wanted to share. The third rubric talks about word problems. So in order to score 3, which remember 3 is our goal, the student can write an inequality from a word problem, solve it, and interpret the solution. Those are 3 parts there. To get us 4, you also have to be able to justify your answer. So instead of breaking this into leveled problems like the other ones, I broke it into parts of one problem. So there's one problem talking about David, and there's part 1, part 2, and part 3. Depending on which ones you answer correctly, that will share with me what level of understanding you have for word problems. Okay, that's it. If you have any questions or worries, please feel free to email me and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Good luck.